Hey everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. We are the Great Emigrate. Our story is we emigrated to Australia back in 2023, October. So we're a family of 4, 2 teenage daughters, a crazy dog.
So if this is the first time you're watching one of our videos, welcome, and if you are a regular watcher of our videos, thank you so much for all your support. But yeah, we just wanted to do a little video to tell you a little bit about who we are, our life was like back in the UK, and how that compares with our life now here in Australia. We've been here nearly a year, and yeah, just wanted to sort of tell you what kind of differences we have as a family day to day.
So, a bit about our lives before we emigrated to Australia. Well, we're from England, as we've said, and I know that England's renowned for being wet, grey, probably has summer for 3 hours a year. So yeah, our life before we came here, it was indoors a lot really, I think, wasn't it?
Definitely the kids, the dog, us. Even though we had a nice beautiful garden, you couldn't really spend a lot of time in it.
I mean, try and take the dog out down the fields, she'd come back covered in mud.
So you'd always have to wash her off.
Soaking wet. It's just horrendous. Like, you would go to work in the dark some days, come back in the dark. Australia, it gets dark early, but yeah, it's not like England's in the summer, get dark till 10 back there, but here, you kind of get used to it now, I think. So it's dark by maybe 6:30, 7ish in the summer, where to in Brisbane area, so yeah.
And I think, yeah, clearly you can earn a lot more money here because I feel like we don't pay as much tax here. I feel like we get more sort of benefits, we get better healthcare here.
Petrol's cheaper, so obviously the commute to work is cheaper. Obviously at the moment they've got that 50-cent incentive going on, so you're saving loads going to work.
Yeah, exactly, so I think we're much happier, and the kids, they're enjoying the outdoor aspects of their social life. And
well, yeah, it's a lot more planning what to do outdoors now, whereas before it's like, oh, what should we watch on telly or something like that, it's because it's cold and wet. Whereas here it's kind of like, alright, we've got a few hours of sunlight left, we can go down to the beach, we can go for a nice walk, it's pretty much going to be sunny most of the time. So yeah, I'm tradie over here, so machinist, and you're...
I'm an office worker, so not much has changed in that sense from what we were doing in the UK, but what has changed is the Monday to Friday sort of 9 to 5. So for me, as you said earlier, I was leaving to go to work in the dark. It would take me like an hour and a half to get to the office. You couldn't get there directly by train, so you'd have to drive, and petrol cost a fortune. And then I'd get home in the dark, take another hour and a half to get home, and yeah, by the time you get home, then it's tea time, do whatever you need to do, and then it's time to go to bed.
Whereas I used to do shift work, so it's either 6 to 2 to 10, which I don't do over here now. It's kind of like a permanent early kind of shift, which is kind of good, getting used to it. So yeah, one thing we noticed is obviously when we finished work, obviously the weather wasn't that great, and we didn't have that many time for clubs for the kids, whereas over here I think we do pretty much a club every night.
Be commuting to work, going to work, commuting back from work, and then there was no real time to be able to help support the kids with things like clubs and stuff. And coupled with, there wasn't really a lot going on, to be honest, because yeah,
not a lot of outdoorsy clubs, was there? Because
no,
you can't really do a lot outdoors.
And our kids aren't into things like board games and stuff, so yeah, I think that's definitely a difference, is that the kids can do a lot more outside now after school, Monday to Friday, and I think we feel much better about that because...
Well, it helps them make friends, doesn't it? They've made quite a lot of friends now with obviously the different clubs they've joined.
It helps you make new friends as well, because you meet other parents at these clubs when you drop the kids off or watch the games or pick them up. So it's been good for everyone.
I think I said in a previous video, letting yourself social groups and stuff like that, so clubs is a definite help.
To get the dog.
Silly dog. She's horrendous at the moment. We're just taking her out and she likes to chase everything ducks, dogs, anything really that moves.
Leaves. She's not fussy. So what about weekends? How would you say that our weekends differ here versus UK?
I think because it kind of starts earlier here, doesn't it? Because it gets used to getting up early all week. So I'd say about 7 o'clock we're kind of normally.
I think because it gets darker earlier here, you do tend to go to bed earlier. We're in Queensland, but yeah, I know obviously there are other states without daylight savings, so maybe it's different there, but certainly here we go to bed earlier, we get up earlier.
So like I say, we get up earlier, which then allows you to you could go early morning, take the dog to the dog beach, and then it's probably 9 o'clock and you've still got the shops haven't opened, and yeah, the kids clubs haven't started, so yeah, you can get a lot more in your day.
And I just love in the mornings, just that first part of the morning where you can sit out on the deck on your nice garden furniture. It's not too hot, but it's just warm, and have a little relax at the start of the day, sit down, have a drink. That's just perfect morning, start to the morning for me. So yeah, in the UK at the weekends, we would be stuck having to do stuff that you have to pay quite a lot for to do inside. So things like the cinema. If you've watched one of our other videos, you'll know about our trip to the cinema and how cheap we found it here compared to the UK. And then bowling, which seems to be expensive wherever you go, but we were confined to doing things like that you had to do inside, or an indoor shopping mall, or it was just, you couldn't go to the lovely outdoor swimming pools that we go to now at the weekend. You couldn't go to the beach all the time. You couldn't have friends round and socialise outside, have barbecues and stuff.
I think I've used a barbecue here way more than I did in all the years I lived in England. Yeah, so it was the next day. It was getting a bit dangerous trying to film in the dark, falling down quite a lot of holes.
I can't see where I'm going.
This is good.
Couldn't see where we were going.
Couldn't see where we were going, there was bats flying at us.
This is what we go through to be able to film and publish these videos for you.
Risking our lives, bat attacks, falling down holes.
Risks of being swooped by birds because we're on a dog walk.
Yeah. So yeah, that was kind of a bit of about our life in the UK.
Yeah, and just yeah, we just wanted to finish off the video really because it was kind of half finished. So yeah, thank you for watching, and please hit the like button and subscribe if you're not already.
See you in the next one.